saying? How much truth is there to this?
I mean, there's a lot of different definitions of middle of the road. What does middle of the road mean? That either good or bad, huh? So he's just middle of the road. He don't know where.
As you called him yesterday, marginal. Marginal. I'm just quoting you.
That was the evaluator said. I'm just little old me. What I know about anything? I just happen to play 14, got a little gold jacket or something.
You're in the Hall of Fame. This evaluator is probably almost certainly not in the Hall of Fame.
Skip, look. I think the thing is that when we talk about accuracy, and people look at it and it says, okay, he threw the ball was complete. That's accuracy. But no, the difference is that you watch Aaron Rodgers, he throws the ball, he gives the guys an opportunity to run with it after the catch. You see, if he puts the ball in front of Amari Cooper, Amari Cooper hits his head on the goalpost, you don't have to worry about Amari Cooper hitting him in the back and the ball popping up and being intercepted by Jair Alexander. Those are what we're talking about, Skip. That's the accuracy, I think, the evaluator. Look, you look at a situation that's like, oh, swing pass, to Zeke or check down or screen or something. And then he'll throw the ball 40 yards down the field. Like, oh, look at all the air. But hold on. He just threw 7 checkdowns. And then you overlook. So you overlook the checkdowns and then says, oh, my guy's so accurate. Skip. There's a lot of fluff in all this. My quarterback is thrown for this many yards. So Andy Dalton has thrown for the 4th most yards in the NFL thus far. What's his team record, Skip? You see what happened, and I make mention of that. I said Andy Dalton because the 4th most yards. Your guy got a lot of yards in garbage time. 31-3, 21-3.
Did they almost come back and win those?
No. Almost. I ain't got that on my menu yet. Should I add that? Almost?
No.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to Jenny said don't add almost to the menu. You get hot L's or them dubs. What you want, Skip?
One or the other.
That's it. Skip, look. Dak, I think he's improved from his first year to his second year to his third year, not in his 4th year. Skip, he's getting better. But as far as just naturally accurate like a Breeze or like a Rodgers, no. Now, Pat Mahomes is never going to have the accuracy of Drew Brees or Aaron Rodgers. You know why, Skip? He take too many shots. Those are low percentage completion plays, but they reap big rewards. But Skip, come on, you see this. You see in Green Bay, when the game was 7-0, he did nothing. When the game was 10-0, 14, 17, he did absolutely nothing. It wasn't until the game was out of reach. Until the game. And the Jets, I'm just trying to figure out, Sam Darnold, the guy that sees Skip, wasn't Halloween 2 weeks ago, and he saw ghosts. I don't know if it was Casper. I don't know what kind of ghost he saw, but he saw something. And so this evaluator is right on. He's
right on?
No.
Says Shannon Sharpe.
Skip.
I just need to get you on record. Okay. He's right on.
What I'm saying is he's not just – Drew Brees is just naturally accurate. Some guys are just naturally accurate. And then some guys got to work for it. But, Skip, if you put the guy in position – see, Dak is throwing passes and the guy get a 15-yard catch. Well, if he threw it accurately, more accurate, it's a 30-yard catch and run. There's a difference between the two. Yes, one is a catch, 15 yards. But the other would have been put him in place to get a 30-yard instead of just 15. That's what I'm talking about.
I don't have time to do this right now, but maybe one day I'll set aside a whole block on this show just to show you how many times Dak Prescott has hit Amari Cooper in stride on the run, in which he's caught the ball at the 10-yard mark and taken it 50 more yards. It happens 4 or 5 times every game. It's what he can do and continues to do. And it's why this whole premise makes me angry just to the point of being sick to my stomach. Because here we go again.
What is
this? Is lazy. This is the laziest handle anybody. It's like there's a myth out there operating about Dak Prescott. What do I always tell you? Most underappreciated, over-criticized quarterback in the history of pro football. And it's because a lot of these evaluators dug in when he was a rookie and dismissed him as inaccurate. So now there's this incredibly, erroneously unfair label tattooed on his forehead that says inaccurate. And you push it. You might have started it, but you certainly extend the myth of it because I get it on a daily basis. And all he does is throw accurate passes, but everybody continues to dismiss him as inaccurate. So let's go back to, and by the way, before I leave this behind, Mike Sando on The Athletic also comes right out of this quote and says, that is not necessarily the prevailing opinion. Another evaluator praised Prescott for his accuracy early in the Jets game and came away impressed at how the quarterback's toughness, blah, blah, blah. You know what happened because they didn't have either star tackle in that game. Amari was lost immediately in that game. Dak Prescott got hit or knocked down or rushed or hurried on nearly every throw in that game, and he just kept jumping right up and throwing another completion and brought them all the way back from 21-3 down despite 3 drops from Michael Gallup. 3 drops. You can go look it up.
It happens.
And 2 more drops from 2 other receivers. He suffered 5 drops in that game and still came within a 2-point conversion pass to Jason Witten on which he got mugged by Marcus May of the Jets. It was an absolute mugging at the goal line because they just said, let him play. Let him just beat it because it's big old strong Jason Witten.
No, you wanted the officials to decide the game.
I would like to have the play over when you let it play fairly, you know, okay? And, again, the pass was right on the nose, but you can't catch it when both your arms are being held down by the safety. Well, that's what happened.
That was an exaggeration. That was not what
happened. So let's look at the takeaway from the Jets game. Dak Prescott wound up with a QBR in the Jets game of 74. Sam Darnold had the day of his life and had a 68 total QBR, 74 to 68.
So that should tell you something.
So my quarterback outplayed Sam Darnold on his best game at home. And this was at the Jets. And my quarterback went 28 of 40 for 278 and did not turn it over one time while he's just getting harassed, hit, knocked down on every play by some Jets blitzer because Greg Williams smelled blood because they were neither tackle. We'll blitz him every down. And that's what they did. And he brought them all the way back from 21-3 down to within a 2-point conversion of 24-24. And who scored the tying touchdown after they went 12 plays, 75 yards? Guess who? The quarterback ran the ball into the end zone because he's really good with his legs.
Actually has to do with arms, not legs.
So, once again, what did we see last year after he got Amari Cooper? The last 10 games, not 2 games or 4 games, 10 games of last year. Dak Prescott led the entire league in completions. He led the entire league on what are called catchable passes. So he threw the most catchable passes, and he was 3rd in the whole NFL in what's called air distance. How far does the ball travel to the receiver? So he was not dinking and dacking over the last 10 games. They won 8 of those games. He was throwing it down the field to Amari Cooper. So what have we seen so far this year? He leads the whole NFL in QBR, and Pro Football Focus says that at the midway point, they do their NFL all-pro teams, their first team all-pro. He was on it because he was 2nd. He got honorable mention to Russell Wilson. So they said Russell Wilson is the star of stars at quarterback through the first half of the season. And 2nd, the runner-up, first runner-up is that guy, number 4, Dak Prescott.
Skip.
How about that?
You want to be Miss Universe or first runner-up?
Okay, well, guess who wasn't first runner-up? Aaron Rodgers wasn't first runner-up.
And everybody knows it's bogus.
Homeboy wasn't.
And everybody knows it's bogus.
No Tom Brady, right? No Drew Brees. He's been hurt, obviously.
Skip, you a movie guy. You and I both movie guys. Skip, you remember the scene in Silence of the Lambs?
I don't even want to talk about it. I don't like it. I don't like horror.
What's happening
right
now?
Dr. Chilton is laying on his couch. And
I watched it, and now I'm going to have a bad dream tonight because you brought it up again. Okay, I want to just erase it from my memory.
Okay, I want you to. Okay, and he's, it's like he's supposed to be. He won't tell him who Buffalo Bill is, and he'll make sure he goes to this great little lake, and I would get to swim with the turns, I think they're called. Skip, if you don't mind me asking, how many great quarterbacks go 3 straight games and score 3 points in the first half in each game? How many of those great quarterbacks, accurate quarterbacks, do that?
Well, just
Brady,
how bad their defense
Rodgers,
is.
Breeze, Mahomes, boy. I'm talking about which one? Which one you think?
Tom Brady did in the Super Bowl.
Huh?
Yeah, right?
That's one game. One game. I'm not saying one game. I'm saying anybody can have a bad game. I'm saying 3 straight games. Because, see, Skip, what we see here is we see a reoccurring theme.
How many quarters are there in football? I forget. You know, because you're in the Hall of Fame.
There's 4 quarters in the game.
Oh, do they count?
Yeah.
Do the second quarter count?
Yeah.
On the 3rd and the 4th?
I'm glad
you know what? Pro Football Focus, they actually think all 4 quarters
count. And
so they're saying this guy rates 2nd in the whole league in performance over the first half of the season. You can't argue with that.
I can't argue with it. You know what, Skip?
Can you argue with the QBR? Nope, you can't.
And I'm glad you said there were 4 quarters in the game because all 3 of those games in which you scored 3 points in the first quarter, if you don't mind me asking, can you tell the people at home, because I don't know, because everybody don't have, like, You and I, we got like 5 TVs. We watching all the games
Every
at the time.
game is
So,
on.
in other words, those 3 games in which you scored 3 points at the half, and there were 4 quarters in those games, can you tell the people at home what happened in those games?
It's not my turn. That's what you always tell me. It's not my turn.
You see, Skip, Dak does complete passes, but he leaves yards on the field because a 15-yard completion could be a 30-yard catch and run if he put them. I'm telling you,
that's just baloney. That's the biggest bunch of baloney you've ever tried to sell our audience.
Skip.
All he does is hit passes that guys catch and they run with.
No, I know the defensive guy runs with it because it's behind him and he pops up in the air and the guy catches it and runs.
Yep. Okay, so he threw one ball that should have been caught by Amari Cooper, and it changed the whole season against Green Bay, and I want to see it right now. Watch. I'm going to show it again. This is what Shannon Sharpe calls a bad pass.
Yes!
Yeah, bad pass. It hits him. Can you catch that? I think that's catchable. Would Shannon Sharpe have caught that ball? Amari's still talking about how I should have caught that ball because it changed the whole game.
Skip. But instead of having the ball back here when you run it that way,
Okay.
if you put it right there, he hit his head on the goal post.
I got it. Should he have caught the ball?
Yeah.
Yeah. Should it have been intercepted? No.
Should Dak have thrown a better pass?
Sure.
Okay, then.
So 50-50.
But he threw a whole bunch of really good passes because in that game, he threw for 463 yards. It counts 4 quarters. He threw for 329 in the second half alone. It's hard to do. If you're inaccurate, you can't throw for 329 in the second half. I'm sorry. This guy's really good. I'm not saying he's Brady or Breeze or Aaron Rodgers. He's not that. But he can win Super Bowls.
Yeah, he ain't Russell Wilson. He ain't Mahomes, boy.
I don't know about Russell Wilson.
Now you better Skip. See, now this is what me and you fall out. We can't be friends.
You know what?
If you talk about Dak better than Russell Wilson.
Okay.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.